There's this new style of video blowing up right now where it's never been easier for regular people to make 1,000, 5,000, even 10K per month or more with YouTube. And the coolest part, they're not going viral, they're not filming in public places, they're not selling their dignity with pranks or dances and stuff. They're just talking about their lives. They're sitting in their bedrooms, in their living rooms, filming with their phones even, just being normal. And in this video, I'm gonna show you why this is working right now and exactly how they're doing it. But also, the one thing that most people get wrong when they try to copy this style. Before we get to that, I wanna show you some examples of what I'm talking about so we're on the same page. So this here is Gooby and Doobie. They have almost 600,000 subscribers now. And if you look at the content, it is so normal, right? It's literally just screen grab thumbnails. And Gooby, I assume this is Gooby, he just goes into the woods and uses his phone and films like 45, 50-minute videos where there's no editing, no cuts at all, and he's just sharing stories about his life. Now, he's not going mega viral or anything. I think he had like one really viral video talking about his story, but for the most part, he's getting anywhere between like 14,000 views, 18,000 views, 35K. Sometimes he gets a banger like this one here with 133K views, and those videos that like somewhat take off can generate quite a bit of revenue for his channel. Just an estimate, he's making anywhere between $1,000 and $4,000 per month, which is kind of insane. And the last example I'll show you right now is Demi Zhuang. If you watch her videos, she's just sitting in her bedroom, or I don't know where this is, like her living room or something. And she's just like using the Windows natural lighting to light up her face. And she got like this little lapel microphone, which probably costs, you know, anywhere between like $5 and $8, something like that. And she's just talking about her experiences and tips with budgeting and finance. Really simple edits, and looking at her views, you know, not like crazy numbers by any means, but with those kind of viewerships in the right niche, her talking about like personal finance and budgeting and stuff, probably making, I would guess, like between 1,000 or 3,000 per month just from making videos that don't get that much viewership but are just on the right topics. And so the style of video that's working for these types of normal people is content that is more relatable, it's more accessible, and it's more authentic, right? I think those three things together really create this vibe of video. The YouTube algorithm has had a fundamental shift in the past couple of years that is rewarding this type of content. Let me tell you kind of what pisses me off about the YouTube gurus or the YouTube advice who are kind of like spewing this gospel that anyone can blow up like this, because I don't think that's the full picture. The internet's not like your grandma or your mom, right? It's not gonna think you're special. It's not gonna love you no matter what. It's not gonna like think, oh, you know, I love you for just you being you. What you need to do is provide value. And to define value, you need to provide information or ideas that are useful for somebody else, right? And you can do this through your experiences, your stories, your education, your specific expertise, in order for somebody who's a complete stranger to give your video a shot on YouTube and eventually hit this stride where you can make this raw, authentic style of content. We all have that in us. You have to have done something or have a unique perspective or experience or opinion about the topic that you're talking about. Raw, authentic style of content, it looks effortless, right? It looks easy to just be sitting there and talking for 10 to 15 minutes, but to be clear, coherent, engaging, and actually, like I said, deliver real value, that is not easy. Now, I'm not trying to put you down or say this is impossible by any means. I'm just trying to set expectations properly. So that brings us to the next question. How do you as a normal person pursue YouTube with the highest probability of success? Well, I'm gonna break it down into 3 steps, and you must do each one of these steps in order. Step number 1, don't pick a niche, right? This is actually where most people go wrong. They'll go like, oh, I wanna do fitness content, or I wanna talk about productivity, or I wanna talk about spiritual healing or something like that. That is too broad and too vague to be perceived by strangers on the internet as valuable. So instead, go from broad to very specific and narrow if you can. Don't pick a niche, pick a transformation. For example, I found this channel, Daniel Barada. He's got 132,000 subscribers on YouTube, making anywhere between $1,000 to $4,000 per month just posting these videos, right? And his videos are super simple. He's getting anywhere between like 40,000 views, 30K views, 100K views. He's just really interested in self-improvement, but actually helping people implement that self-improvement to change their life. And he breaks down like these complex topics of, you know, philosophy, and he actually shows you how to use them to transform your life. He's kind of just talking and being himself authentically. My point is, if you focus on the transformation, not the niche, then you don't need all this crazy editing, all this music, all this fancy B-roll, all this high production, if the value and the ideas that you share through your experiences is the valuable part. How do you pick a transformation? I think the litmus test would be, can you answer these 3 questions? Number 1, is this something that you can make videos about endlessly, right? Would you make this kind of video forever? Number 2, is this something you actually enjoy making videos about? And number 3, is this something that you're pretty good at, right? You don't have to be the top #1 expert in the world. You just have to be pretty good at it, because the more videos you make, you're gonna get better at it. And if yes to all three of those, then move on to the next piece here, which is we wanna narrow it down. What we wanna do is pick a journey, a transformation from point A to point B, right? Identify what is your content going to help someone do. That is how your content is going to become more valuable, but it's also how you're going to align your content with the YouTube algorithm, because it's smart enough to be hyper specific and niche into the right people. After we pick our transformation, we move on to step number 2, which is really the part where most people fall off with YouTube. You have to post 20 or more videos consistently. They're probably gonna suck, right? They're probably gonna be really, really bad. They're probably gonna be really, really cringe. You have to just suck it up and do it anyways. And I think 20 videos is like the minimum amount of data that you need to like say that you gave this an honest shot. In that messy middle, maybe around video like 8 or video 12, you are gonna discover this is hard. But I want you to know that's a good thing, because it means there is a real barrier to entry for people who want to make it on YouTube, right? This isn't as saturated as everyone makes it seem like it is, because the reality is most people are not gonna make it past 20 videos. And if you can, your chance of success is just that much higher, because the more videos that you make, the better you're gonna get at making those videos. And then that authenticity, that realness is gonna be able to come out more naturally, right? You're just gonna develop the skill over time. You're gonna learn how to tell better stories. You're gonna look at your analytics and your data to see, okay, people like it when I talk about these topics and not these topics, right? You're learning how to communicate your value and build a real personal brand. The goal of step 2 is to commit to the process and give it an honest shot. And at the end of step 2, and as we move into step 3, one of two things will have happened. Number 1, you've gotten enough views to start making real income from YouTube. Or number 2, you haven't made money yet. But either outcome, the decision for step 3 is exactly the same. The question you have to answer honestly right now is, do I continue or do I stop? And let me explain how you're gonna figure this out. You're gonna first ask yourself, am I enjoying making these videos? If the answer is no, even if you got monetized and are making a little bit of money, I would stop. But if the answer is yes, if you do like the process of making videos, regardless of whether you started making money from it or not yet, the choice becomes this. Do you want to take this more seriously, or do you want to just keep doing it for fun, right? If you feel like you do want to turn this into a real business or go all in and quit your day job, then you're about to graduate from being a normal person to someone who is not normal. Because if you decide to take responsibility and ownership over your success, your channel, and build something meaningful for yourself that could potentially become, a full career, you are a minority. That is not what normal people do. What does it look like to take YouTube more seriously? It is using YouTube to get attention and share your ideas to help people actually transform their life and then accept money from them for doing it.